Hey guys, it's the Forgotten Thinker, and I just thought you might want to come take a walk with me and let's have a little discussion about our soul and our meaning in the 21st century and where we're heading, the big things. Now, it does not take a genius to understand in this world, the 21st century, the 20th century, and to a part the 19th century, that money does make the world go round, and it took over, didn't it? Money. And what is money? Essentially, it's freedom quantified, isn't it? Put in a easily exchangeable system. And why would one want freedom? Well, the freer we are, the better, the more choices we can make. That's going to impact our life in a positive way. Essentially, another way to put it, happiness. So that's what people used to want, happiness. But it comes, this to me, sorry, I've had a beer. Now, in the 21st century, people want money for money's sake. They don't know why they want the money. Now, I'm not really sure when that exchange was made, where people stopped realising why they wanted money. I think it probably started late 70s, 80s. You know, the film Wolf of Wall Street, you know, the excess, the craziness, people just want money for money's sake. Money becomes a objective in itself. And that's become the status quo for people now. What do you want to be? I want to be rich. But they don't know why they want to be rich. They just want to be rich. And to a massive extent, I do feel that humans have forgot what they are. Forgot their purpose and why they exist even. Literally, how many of you listening right now just feel purposeless? Literally don't understand the meaning of life. Literally, I do feel that humanity has lost its soul. It doesn't know why it exists. And in this vacuum, this empty space, most are just trying to fill it with that thing I said, money. Here's the thing. Money does make sense. It is a good idea. But sometimes good ideas can get out of hand. What we've done is turned a good idea into something almost biblical, something almost religious, something almost cult-like. The chase of money, the dollar sign, the pound sign, the euro. We've completely forgot our soul, our meaning, our reason. We do not know who we are or why we exist. But we have put this dollar sign above us. And we believe the pursuit of it is a life worth living in itself. We're completely forgetting why we are chasing it. And why? Because people aren't educated in sort of spirituality anymore and understanding and reason and what actually matters in life. And it's sad. It's very sad. Now, what do we want? Really deep in our soul. It normally comes down to family and more free time with them. And what has been going down and down, further and further, as we live in a world more ruled by money and the chasing of money. Because only a certain amount of people can have the money. So the people at the bottom and the majority, the masses, are getting less and less of them things that actually matter to humanity. Before the world was so obsessed with money, we used to prioritise them things. Think back to people in the 40s, the 50s, the 60s, and before. They created a world where people had time to spend with their family and do fun things, and this is all going out the window because people used to prioritise them things now. Then they used to fight for them, you know, free trade unions and etc., which, you know, had their purpose, I guess. But now people are just forgetting completely why we exist. And they're just chasing money, but only X amount of people can have the money. But everyone keeps chasing it, so they start working longer hours. Guess what they neglect? They neglect the idea of raising a family. They forget about their free time. They forget why they're alive. They forget the beauty of being alive. They forget that beauty is all around them because they are just focused on money. Wow. Come on, man. Let's all have a wake-up call. We all need to remember what it means to be human. We all need to take more enjoyment out of things, literally the things that don't cost anything. Happiness is all around you, but you don't see it. I mean, just literally beauty is all around. Nature, reading a book for like £1, going to a store, charity shop, pay £1, I know it's money, but it's nothing, and indulge in that book. Family, spend time with family. All these things that people are just forgetting and letting life pass them by because they're focused on that one thing, and that one thing we've been led to believe that is everything: money. And here's the funny bit: money doesn't exist, it's not real, it's not really there, it's all in our imaginations. Do you know what's not in imagination? In your imagination? Your brother, your sister, your mother, your father, the hills, the sun, a beer. Why do you want money? Most things you want that are going to access your happiness or create your happiness cost no money. And to raise a further point, is it particularly the West that's become so ideologically obsessed with money? And we're seeing an issue that we're forgetting our identity in our Western nations. We're just neglecting it, we don't think it matters. We've almost demonised it in a sense often through our tolerance and our acceptance. Here's a question though: are we even tolerant and acceptant? Are we just not? Are we maybe just obsessed and blinded by fake gods, money? You know, has that become our new god? Potentially. And as the Western man chases this false prophet, people of the world move in, and they begin to become the culture because we don't have a culture. We've sold our culture for money, potentially. Anyway, I'm not going to try and make this video too political. It's meant to be more of an awakening, spiritual. I hope anyone listening is starting to think to themselves, shit, maybe I have overlooked things in life. I mean, I wonder how many people are potentially watching this video who are miserable. But then you go, well, I've got my health, I've got my family, I live in a nice place. Yeah, everything's good, everything's right, but why am I miserable? I think I know why it is: because you don't have any perspective, you don't have any appreciation, and you're subconsciously focused on something called money, and you think that's going to be the answer to all your problems when it's not. It's funny, when I began this video, it was meant to be titled something along the lines of Britain has lost its soul, but it's become a whole bigger thing than that. It's become more of a humanist sort of outlook, and yeah, I think this is probably what I'm talking about is probably where the world's going wrong. So it's a lot deeper, and it's been an age-old problem, really. I said earlier in the video that it's been since the 70s and stuff like that, but we have many people that's been probably going on for a couple of centuries at least, that just focused on wealth and riches. In fact, forget that, it goes back to even the pirates done it and stuff like that, looking for treasure. You know, when beauty is literally going past us all the time, and we're just focused on this fucking thing called money, and it's all bullshit. So many of us in the 21st century now have no reason to want to be rich because we're well fed, we're sheltered, we're stimulated through content, stuff like that. Maybe not stimulated in the right ways because a lot of people lack purpose. Most of us, a lot of people lack purpose. But what I'm trying to say is, this money, let's put less value on it. I know that's kind of oxymoronic. Money is value, but well, it's not. That's become our definition, hasn't it? We need to change the definition, maybe. Money is money, but is it valuable? No, it serves a purpose. Is it valuable? No, it's not. What's valuable is your friends and your family and nature and entertainment to an extent. And guess what? I bet you take all them things for granted, don't you? Anyway, I've served my purpose today. This channel is very much in its infancy at the minute. I've had a couple of beers, I've had a walk, and I've had a chat, an event. And what I'm going to do now is have another beer, sit on these chairs in this graveyard, and relax and take in nature. I don't need money. I don't need anything apart from a purpose, a reason, a rant, and yeah, catch you next time.